Okay. Just double checking. You're new, right, Zender?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's my
Uh,
first time.
yeah. It's first time. This is fine because most people don't have recording softwares. Um, but for future sessions, make sure you're recording from your POV. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Group versus Evelyn. Evelyn is red. Full clearing down. Okay. And then just normal, typical full clear. Once again, because nothing better to do. Can't turn up yet. These guys are kind of pushing / slow. Free kill. And recall instantly. And with the Krugs. Good start to the game. Full clear down again. You also, at this point, you should know that Evelyn full cleared up because you see Evelyn getting top here. So what does this mean? That just means all your camps are synced. When your Krug spawn, her Krug spawn, Raptors with Raptors, Wolves with Wolves, Gromp with Gromp. All these camps are connected. In this case, you should know that you're faster than her because while you have already recalled, you could still see her on top wave. So you know you're up like a full camp on her of tempo. What does this mean? Well, normally when you're on Krug, she's on Krugs. In this case, you're gonna be a +1 camp. So when you're on Raptors, she's starting Krugs. When you're on Wolves, she's starting Raptors. When you're on Grom, she's starting things. So this usually gives you two options. Option A, you have the ability now to do Raptors to Raptors. Normally you don't have this option because by the time you get to the Raptors, they're already gone because you're hitting Raptors at the same time, right? But now you can do that. That's option A. Option B is you can actually do Raptors to Wolves. Same thing. Normally, by the time you go Raptors to Wolves, she's starting Wolves same time as you get there. Uh, and option 3 is you just full close normal, Raptors Wolves Gromp, and after Gromp, you immediately start Dragon. The idea is normally right after you finish Gromp, she usually finishes Grump as well, and then she could just recall and defend Dragon, or she could cross map to defend Dragon. In this case, you're starting Dragon when she's finishing Wolf Camp, walking to Grump, and now you're in a guaranteed win-win because either A, she has to go Wolves to Dragon to stop you, and then she's just skipping a camp, she just +1 up camp, or if she goes to the Gromp, then she'll never be in time to defend Dragon. So these are your three options: Raptors Wolves, Raptors, or just full clear to Dragon. And this is all based off just knowing that you are up one camp of tempo because you saw him on top wave as you're leaving base. That's it. Just knowing I'm faster than him, so I can simply do stuff on the map better than him. I could do things before he can react. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any of these three options are fine. You could say the Raptors to Wolves is more aggressive. You could say Raptors to Raptors is more aggressive. The Dragon's probably the safest one. They're just different things. How play style. Different things depend. For example, if you have mid prio, Raptors to Raptors looks better. If you have top prio, Raptors to Wolves looks better. If you have no mid prio and no top prio, then Raptors Wolves Gromp to Dragon looks better. It all depends on your wave states, right? So you always want to have like multiple options. It's really common what people think or coaches say is when they try to lock you in, like, no, you have to play like this. This is the only way to play. You have to gank top here, or you have to recall here. This is very commonly bad. There's almost always multiple answers. Even if we could argue that number one is the most optimal, you always want to have like backup plans that are still playable. Does that make sense? And these
Yeah.
all just change and depend on the map state. So once again, three options. If you have top prio, this is the best. If you have mid prio, this is the best. If you have no prio, it's just the best. And then you can argue, what if you have all three? What if you have top prio and mid prio? Then which one's better? It becomes preference. It also just depends on how good. That's like then a lot of times at that point when every move is winning, just make a move. The biggest thing then is you don't hesitate. 'Cause a lot of times when people have winning moves, they like walk here, then they walk back, and then they go to Raptors, and then these like 5 to 10 seconds of hesitation is what makes your winning move no longer winning. So when everything is winning, just make a choice. Okay.
Okay.
In this case, you have no mid prio. In this case, you have no top prio. So here you could have either. I think Wolves is bad, so you could either choose to go Raptors to Raptors, or you'll just do Wolves Gromp into Dragon. But as long as you start Dragon in 5 minutes, because there's basically no downside not to. So here, do this. And here I would just immediately start dragon. I wouldn't even look for a bot gank or anything. I would just immediately start dragon. All this you're doing here is wasting time. Eing in, no, you don't have
Yeah.
sweeper, could be on a ward, don't have ghost, don't have ult. In reality, you should just instead of cutting the gromp this way, you should be cutting the gromp this way, and you should just dragon spawns at 5 minutes, so it spawned 5 seconds ago. You should just be immediately starting it on spawn. And as I said before, there is zero chance Evelyn can come to stop you. Make sense?
Yeah.
Because in game this doesn't feel like a lot, but you actually have to understand this actually is. Because you finish this grump at 5:10, you could be starting dragon at 5:14, 4 seconds of walking. Instead, we start it at instead now if we wanted to start it, the earliest we would start it would be 5:24. So it's actually a full 10 seconds. It'd be 5:14 to 5:24, right?
Yeah.
And these 10 seconds is like not kill like it just lost opportunity. That's all. It takes, I want to say this early in the game, 30 seconds to do dragon. So if you started at 5:14, you'd be done with 30 is kind of long. We'll say 30 though. Well, I like to overestimate. That means you'd be done with it by 5:44. Which in other words is right. Boom. Imagine right now the dragon has been slain. Because the last 30 seconds, if we look at the heat map, this is what you've done. You know, just walked up and
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
river for 30 seconds. You got Raptor, you got Scuttle, which is good, but imagine you had Scuttle plus Dragon, you'd be leaving base right now with a really big smile on your face, right? So it's just a combination of things. I think number one is understanding that you're up tempo. Maybe you didn't understand that you're so much faster than Evelyn, right?
Yeah.
And B, it's just not wasting time, not being hesitant, because now you're forced to skip your own camp, so stop her dragon. You see? So now you're actually deteriorating and worsening your own like conditions to stop an objective. But in this case, I think this is just a bit stubborn. Um, you should be able to see that you have no mid prio or bot prio. Your Leona and Smolder are leaving base. Your Veigar is under tower. So if you go, so by going here, Zed will obviously be first. There's no reason why Seraphine can't come to help. Um, Zed has everything: flash, ult, ignite. I'm pretty sure if this guy just full all ins you, ult, W, Q, E, ignite, you just die. Uh, so and even at the very best case scenario, it's still 50-50. Which Evelyn has a way better smite than you because she actually has XQ while you don't. So this ends up working out, but I think this is a pretty net EV play. Um, you just uh, this guy didn't use ignite. I'll put it that way. You know, a single tick of ignite would have killed you here. You would have died midair. You're 72 HP. Ignite does 34 damage per tick, so 2 ticks of ignite here would have killed you midair. You don't kill Evelyn. You don't live. You lose the dragon smite. Oh, misclick. And it just becomes and you skipped your camp to do so. So this could have been like really terrible for the game. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it just and then I'm like, okay, what's the response then? And also Zed died, but Zed has flash up, so there's no reason why Zed couldn't have flashed over the wall. So Zed dying here is also insane. But you could ask them what's the alternative if you have to give Dragon. Obviously, this would have been prevented from the previous play. But besides that, if you see them on Dragon, once again, I said earlier, your wolves are synced with their wolves, Gromp with their Gromp, Raptors with their Raptors, Krugs with their Krugs, because you both, you cleared it down while she cleared up, right? So in this case, if you see your wolves are spawning, I'm sorry, that means you know her wolves are spawning. If you know your Gromp spawning, means you know her Gromp spawning. So here you just do Dragon into her wolves, into her Gromp. Maybe after Gromp, you can look to dive top. Look at top HP. No flash, no exhaust, quarter HP. That looks like the freest dive of all time, correct?
Yeah.
Um, so in this case, you just play for a trade. And because you have vision of the dragon, if this guy tries to invade you afterwards, he's going to be half HP because he's taking dragon, and you have Leona who's pretty good at fucking with him. So worked out, but hopefully you understand why that's pretty bad. That was bad to do.
Yeah. That's
Uh, this is also not bad to do, not to make it back to back, but when would you agree that you're pretty strong, like you're stronger than your opponent right now in XP or gold or whatever?
yeah.
You have a lead. So in League, misconception. Most people, when they have a lead, their first instinct is to push the lead. Um, that's actually the second thing. The number one priority goal when you have a lead is to keep your lead. That's the number one thing is don't die. Or another thing is don't lose your camps. Number one thing in League is do not lose your lead. Then after you have safely not lost your lead, then you can play to push your lead. Um, what do I mean by this? You basically never want to do objective with your camps up if the opponent has the ability to take your camps. Obviously, right now we know how this guy's here, but you have no indication in game. He could very easily be on Craig's right now or after right now, correct?
Yeah.
There's also you have no idea what vision is. You have no sweeper. There could very easily be a ward here or a ward in pit, a ward in line bush, a ward anywhere here. Fade lights, anything, right? So if this guy, right, sees you on walk on a ward here in line bush, random ward right here, and he's on Raptors, and he notices you have no blue off on him, on yourself, there is nothing on earth stopping him from just going Raptors to blue Gromp Wolves. And if you lose your entire quadrant for grubs, it is terrible. Like it's so bad. Like first dragon and first grubs are both worth an entire quadrant. If I had to choose, lose dragon, but take the enemy top jungler's entire top side, it's worth because it's not 3 camps, it's 6 camps because it's +3 and -3. -3 for them, +2 for you. 6 camps is not worth early dragon. Same with grubs. Second dragon, third dragon, fourth dragon, that's when the dragon's worth more than camps. But first dragon and first grubs, an entire quadrant's always worth more. If you're getting just 1 camp, not a big deal. But a quadrant, I'm talking about all 3 camps, always worth more, basically. So this case, if this guy just gives grubs and just goes and takes your entire bot side, it's very bad for you. So if you want to play for grubs, I'm not saying ignoring grubs. I'm just saying clear towards grubs. Instead of going here, go to Gromp. Go Gromp, Blue, Wolves, Raptors, Grubs. And the same thing. Let's say you're doing Gromp, Blue, Wolves, and as you're on Wolves, you get a notification. The Grubs have been slain. Then you'll just do Wolves to his Raptors, Wolves to his Krugs. You see? And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
and then the same way, that's gonna be way better for you. Um, make sense?
Yeah.
So once
Yeah.
again, maybe this works out, but I think this is a pretty net EV play. This guy was just good, and instead of being here, he's just here taking your shit. I would not be happy if I was you. And then also, uh, be conscious of who you're putting weak side. By doing this, if Evelyn's here, Smolder's getting dove 100%. There's no way Smolder does not get dove 3v1 by Evelyn Charm into Seraphine ult, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let me by Discord, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, do our camps. See Evelyn tops, you go to his bot side, really good. Get both their flashes, that's plenty, don't need more. I mean, not both flashes, sorry, you got Seraphine sums. But that's good now, because when Dragon spawns in a minute and 55 seconds, you are just going to press the E ult button on Seraphine, and with her having no flash, there is literally nothing she can do to survive. She is going to be guaranteed dead. Okay. River fight, Evelyn gets caught, push her into the cage, really good. Dragon's in 2 seconds, pull dragon immediately. Nice. Fighting's good. Careful not to die. Yeah, you got a little. You bring your own ult. I think once you get this dragon kill, just leave. You should, especially at this everything, you should be super happy. Like this game, for this fight, the game's obviously 11-4. You guys are down 5k gold. In 30 seconds, you get 2 kills plus the dragon. You should feel like the biggest weight off your shoulder. Where you just like, okay, nice, we got away with highway robbery. Let's just walk out. We don't have to burn your ult. Um, Potentially Leo doesn't have to flash either. Just the second you get this kill, instantly danger ping, and instantly just U-turn, run towards the river. Don't want to burn your conditions if possible. I want to save your ult for potentially a future fight. But still really, really good. Just gonna have to be careful. You are going the fully Thoughty build, so you're gonna have to be really uh just careful. I can't think of any word to use besides careful. If you get hit by a single Seraphine ult or Evelyn Charm or Zed combo, you just get one shot. So this is good. Obviously, you can see this. If you didn't waste your ult at Dragon, you would have killed Nyla as well. Still worth, but if you got Nyla shut down, that's pretty game winning because she has a 1k shutdown. Good reminder on why we have to be careful about our thing. And this is what I mean by when you go this build. Um, Basically, anything past River in League is considered an aggressive action, right? Scuttle, Baron, Dragon, Herald, Invades, everything past River is already inviting combat, right? Um,
Yep.
anytime you want to invite combat in League, you always want to be doing it from a position of strength. You don't want to be fighting or taking risks. Um, not weaker, right? In League, it's if you're stronger, you match. If you're weaker, you trade. If you're weaker, you want to avoid fighting. If you're stronger, you want to fight. So obviously, like items and KDA wise, you're strong in Evelyn, but most champs in League, especially champs like Hecarim, are very dependent on, first of all, it's just your half HP. You could be 10-0 versus 0-3, and if you're, 20% HP and they're full HP, you'll probably lose the 1v1, right? So HP matters a lot. That's a stat. And then more importantly here, you have no ghost and no ult, and your champ is very ult and ghost reliant. That's just a thing about Hecarim, right? So instead of just blindly walking in the jungle, I think you should either just base or go to your own jungle. But I think walking in enemy jungle when you're half HP, no ult, no ghost is just a bit psycho. Um, and right now it feels unfair to say because 0-5, 0-4, 0-5, and you're 6-0, so you're obviously playing the best on your team. But I like to call it like Spider-Man meme, like great powers come great responsibilities. Like you have the obligation to play almost like perfect. You just cannot be making mistakes. Like right now, League's an unfair game. If right now you're Leona 0-5, if this guy dies one more time, it generally doesn't matter. It doesn't change at all. He's probably worth 100 gold. If he's dead, it's not like, oh my god, he's dead, we can pull Baron because his life doesn't have that much like value, right? If you die, they can just dive mid tower, they can dive top tower. The only thing stopping them from literally like perma full sending in your jungle or perma full diving your teammates for full HP is if they dive mid and you're in the area and you counter dive, they lose the game. So you're like you dying is I'd say worth more like five of your teammates dying, you know?
Yeah.
So I know a lot of times it's like, oh my god, my team is playing so bad. Like, surely I can make a mistake as well. But you have way higher standards. That's all. So this is just a very silly death, just from the basis of I do not want to do anything aggressive with no ult, no ghost, half HP. In this case, you have no ult, no ghost, half HP, and you walked into the enemy jungle. That's all. And also, if you want like sneaky way, maybe, but you're also going on vision. Like they see you walking very obviously like this. If you walk like this, maybe we could like argue it. And you sweepered, right? But in this case, you have no sweeper and you're on vision walking through tower, right?
Yep.
So not like game losing death or anything, but death just not good. It's actually It's actually like one on one to what I just did. Did I not just say if you die, they could just dive the tower without caring? Boom, they dive the tower
Yeah.
without caring. If you were alive with ult up and in the area, and they try to W under tower, I guarantee you, if you E ult Z, he's getting one shot, right? So a lot. So I'd say, but your death, I could like argue caused Smolder's death. If you want to be like super hypocritical, not hypocritical. Actually, I think it's hypocritical. And then we just get our ult burned instantly. This is the thing about lethality build. You just have to be really, really patient. You have to wait for Nyla's shield and her ult, and then you can go in. You just can't go in. You have to bait either someone else on your team to go in first, or wait for them to kill Leona first. You just cannot go in when they have their spells up. Just that's all. Getting your conditions burned is the equivalent of dying. Like if you got your ult and ghost burn mid, and you got 1 HP, you can't fight right now the same way if you were dead you couldn't fight. So like same way here, if you had ult and full HP, maybe you could have prevented Smolder from dying here, right? You could have went to, instead of hitting, because here you literally have to kill Gromp to heal up to full, correct? But if you were full HP, you
Yeah.
would just skip Gromp and E ult to Z and probably save Smolder. And this is all just leads from having your ult burn mid lane. Close, very close, and you're dead. Yeah. Wait, did your ult just come up here? No, it was up. You could ult it away. Also, this guy's on vision, so either the second you kill Natalie, you should just you don't have to ult, you could just walk away, or if you want to try to send it, you should ult now because it's 2-man ult, right?
Yeah.
I think dying here with ult is kind of silly. So either A, kill Nyla and just be happy you got a free kill, right? Boom, didn't burn ghost or ult, you just got a complete freebie. You still got in vision. There's nothing stopping you from just walking this way, going this way, going like this, going in the jungle, basing somewhere. You kind of chose to die. If you want to send it, then sure, send it with ult, but you didn't even ult, so it's a bit silly. Nice kills. Not bad. Nice kills getting back in the game. You should have Edge Knight now, so if I was you, I'd want to base immediately. Anytime in League you have a full completed item purchasable, you kind of want to instantly base for it. You don't want to risk fighting when you could have been stronger. So I think this is a big mistake. I get you 100% have Edge Knight because it's cost 650 completion or 850, and you just got 2 kills. Actually, plus, yeah, every dollar in my bank account, I know you have Edge Knight here purchasable, so you should just insta base. In League, anytime you could buy a full item, not component, just a full complete item, you should be looking to immediately base. Unless they're literally like on Baron right now or diving your teammate, unless there's a very urgent play that needs your attention, you are instantly pressing B and buying my item no matter what. So I think you staying the map here is a big mistake. You should just base,
Alright.
and then you would have Edge Knight for this mid fight. And if you die here by 1 HP, I'm going to say it was Edge Knight gap. I want to say if you had Edge Knight, you would have lived. You know?
Yeah.
Or you obviously have more damage. Or instead of getting slowed or CC'd, the Edge Knight would have, what's the word? Blocked it, right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason to be overstaying. Yeah, look, you had Edge Knight plus a full pickaxe. You could have based 875 gold to go. I think if you're gonna go, I don't. I personally don't approve of full assassin, but if you are gonna go full assassin, this is probably a good game for shield break, just because Seraphine plus the Fury barrier. Um, not sure where you'd fit it in, but good nice kill, big shutdown.
I don't usually go full assassin, but they were kind of squishy. That
Mhm.
was my thought process.
Good fighting. If I was you here, I would pull Baron no matter what. In my head, I was saying this game has been completely fucked all game. We haven't had an opportunity to win all game. In League, there's nothing stronger than number advantage. Number advantage is like just the strongest advantage in the game. It's also the biggest disadvantage in the game. Um, in this case, all 4 of your teammates are alive. Even when Aurelia spawns, she'll have TP. When she spawns in 14 seconds, she can TP into Baron. And in 14 seconds, these guys are all still dead. So in 14 seconds, you guys have a 5v2. All 5 of you versus Zed and Gnar. So unless you think Zed and Gnar can 5v2 you guys at Baron, Zed's not even that strong. Veigar's really up items on Zed. Um, he's also up 2 levels. So Veigar's really stronger than Zed. So if we want to cancel out, it's like kind of like math, like fucking fractions, you know? If you want to cancel out a fraction, it's not even a 5v2. I consider this a 4v1 because Veigar will just cancel out Zed, right? So if you think Gnar can
Yeah.
4v1 you guys, then sure, don't pull Baron. I don't think you 4v1 you guys. Obviously the easiest answer is neither of them have smite. So if you lose the fight, you could just play to finish the Baron, and they're not gonna outsmite you as Hecarim. So there's just nothing on there stopping me from pulling Baron here. I see it as, oh my god, this is my way back into the game. If we get Baron here, we obviously Baron is Baron. Plus then we'll have map control for the upcoming dragon, and now we're just scaling into the game with Smolder and Vigor for free. Getting Baron just gives you 3 minutes of scaling guaranteed. 3 minutes of full map control, every wave pushed, everything. Plus you're getting 1,000 gold from killing it by default. So I think this is just this is the Baron of the game. You get this Baron, you win the game. I think this Baron is like 85% plus odds that you'll get it because once again it's just a 5v2 or a 4v1, whatever math you like more. If this is like Soul, then you could argue Soul over Baron, but this isn't even. This is there for third and you're second. This dragon means nothing.
Yeah.
Well, not nothing, but comparatively to Baron, it means nothing. So I think this is a pretty like you haven't had any game lose like winning opportunities yet. That's like your first game winning opportunity. And here I would do the same thing unironically. After now it's even same thing. It's a 45. In reality, it's actually a 5v3 because Zed's half HP and he's forced to base. It takes you guys 20 seconds, maybe let's say 25 seconds to do Baron. Right now he has to base. So it's gonna take Zed 8 seconds to base, and then it'll take him 15 seconds to walk back to Baron. So he won't be at Baron for the minimum 23 seconds. You pull Baron right now, he'll show up as you're finishing it. So even then, Baron is still for the next 25 seconds. Baron's at 3v5, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just pull Baron for sure. Evelyn died now. Yeah, now even now especially now you pinged it. This Evelyn just tunneled into suicide. Perfect. look, look to recall. And now here you just blindly group with your team. Now I don't really care about camps anymore. You're level 17. You're basically 6 items. Um, my only objective is none of my teammates get caught with this Baron. That's like the only way we lose. Is one of my fucking idiot teammates like pushes and I'm not hovering them and they die, and then they waste their Baron and then we can't use it anymore. And here in this case, it happens to two of your teammates. So maybe some clairvoyance. If you can see Nara on this top wave right now, and you see Relay on this top wave right now, to me it's like not even hindsight. I think it's pretty obvious they're gonna fight. Relay's been fighting him all game. He's 1 in 10. I'm just going Raptors to top here. Or Reds to top here. Fuck the Raptors. And I think if you're here, you're going to guarantee kill Nar, guarantee save Aurelia. And you might be like, oh, my Aurelia's 110, I don't want to play for her. You're not playing for her. First of all, KD means nothing. Items all that matters. And levels. 2 items in a component. 2 items in a component. These guys are completely even in items. They're literally 1-to-1 even.
Yeah.
Uh, they are down levels, but items are completely even. And then you're not playing for him, you're playing for yourself. If you kill this Gnar, you're getting top inhib. So it's not about like, oh, I don't want to play for Aurelia. It's I'm playing for the map. I'm playing to break towers, break inhibs, use the Baron. So I think this is the easiest red to top ever. You can even, there's portals. You can even take red into portal, and then you could come behind this Gnar. I'll go back to when you were on it, so it's easier to see. Like, boom, right, take this red. You see this guy on vision here. There's nothing stopping you from taking portal, and you're right behind them. This Gnar is guaranteed dead, and then you'll push mid and top, and you'll get top inhib probably into mid inhib, you see? So this is
Yeah.
what I call this like body like when you get this mid late game area when you're strong. I call this bodyguard babysitter. Your job is to just to babysit your teammates. You do not need level 18 to win this game. You do not need to finish your Warhammer to 6 item. You farming now means nothing. We did an entire game of farming. Farming is OP, yes. Once you get to this point where you're literally 6 items level 17, 18, farming means nothing. The only thing that matters is number advantage. I cannot let my teammates die, and I want to kill enemies and put myself in a numbers disadvantage. That's all. So have it be me skipping Wolves and Blue and being Balian earlier and defending Smolder, or have it be going red to top and defending really earlier. I think um, either is possible. And if you kill Gnar and save Aurelia, you get top in him. Or if you are bot earlier and you can somehow kill, save Smolder or kill 2 of them, then you get bot in it. But it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
This all makes sense.
Yeah. That's
I think you're playing this fight very, very well. Hecarim's looking balanced this patch. Especially now farming literally means nothing. You're actually 6 items plus level 18. It actually gives you like actually like red's like red because it's a buff, but the actual Gromp gives you just nothing. Okay, bro, Hecarim's looking balanced this patch. Oh, you fucked up your ult. If you didn't fuck up your ult, you're probably in the game. Just mechanics. You
yeah.
just have to. I'm basically just hitting my ult for Zed Shadow. So here you don't ult, you just auto Q, auto Q, auto Q. If he gets hit by auto Q here, he dies. If he ults, then you just ult where he is. That's it. Um, so this should be double. If you double kill, you in the game. So that's just mechanical blunder. Not too complicated. You lose this game. But you do. That's so sad. You actually
Yeah.
you play
Yeah. I do.
you play near perfect all game, and then you lose because you messed up your ult in a fight. That just shows how punishing League is. It shows what I said earlier. How like when you're this fight, you just can't make mistakes. Um, you just ult as that better, and you literally end the game mid. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Just can't get hit by this ghost. Did you get by a Seraphini? What stunned you? Yeah, me just ran into it. Yeah. Here he runs out. You don't have E. You just can't run back in. Here he runs out. Just let Leona die. It's all no problem. It's fine. I'm not as long as I don't die too. That's all that matters. Baron's up in 8 seconds. You cannot die. So Leona dies. They're not getting Baron off a Leona kill. If you die, they are. And here you're running in with no ghost, no E Hecarim. But I'm pretty sure there's a commandment that you cannot do that. You need your E up at all times when you're running in or fighting. Here you walked into the Nyla with no E. And they get Baron off this. I guarantee you, if just Leona died and they pull Baron, you guys can easily 45 contest them. You're literally 1v4ing them earlier. There's no way you can't 45 with Baron, right?
Yeah.
So through the game at dying at red buff, and then here you through the game again giving Baron. Because if you were alive here, you would stop Baron. If you stop Baron, then the game's in a. If you get this Baron when they have open nexus like not open nexus but open hip like this, you'll just win the game guaranteed. So now they have Baron, and I assume one of your teammates just gets caught once and then they end the game. Once again, what are you farming for? Like you're on Krugs and stuff, right? You are actually 6 times level
Yeah.
18. There is nothing to farm more. You're like, okay, if I'm not fighting, what am I gonna do? Pick any bush at random and sit in it. This bush, this bush, this bush, this bush, this bush, this bush. Any bush in the river, just sit in it. If anyone in the game face checks you, not named Nar, so Evelyn, Zed, and the Fury, you're one shotting. With these items, you're one shotting them, correct?
Yeah.
So just sit in the bush. Like these camps mean nothing. Like you have good vision, just sit in this bush, you know, in the river. And if Evelyn walks into you, she's just dead. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. This guy 2v1s you guys, no heal cut. That's literally the only takeaway. He has Death Stance, Shobo, and Omnivent Boots. You have no heal cut. So either you have to buy a heal cut, or if you don't want to buy it, then you have to just not fight him. Also, this game before the game, you need to have a. I'd have Mortal Miner here this game for sure. Um, you need to have some sort of this late in the game. They can have 0 armor items. When people are 6 items level 18, you need some sort of armor pen. Cleaver, Grudge, Lord Dom's Mortal. I don't care which one you choose. At this point, just base armor is high enough. Like base armor, this Nyla probably has like 100 armor because he's level 18. Like it's too much armor. And then you put into the equation that they have Seraphine healing and the Fury healing. I have Mortal this game no matter what. It could be over Anduin's, it could be over Edge, it could be I don't care what item. You could sell boots for it. I don't care. You need to have Mortal. It's like a necessity in this game. You see, this guy's just healing the damage you're doing to him.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I know it's a super winnable game. There's a lot of points. This early game tempo, um, playing from the head, understanding how to bodyguard, defend your teammates in the side lane, understanding how like the objectives early. You could have taken this entire top side for dragon, or you could have snuck the 5 minute dragon this game, which would actually you'd end up having soulless game if you did the 5 minute dragon that I showed you. Remember right after Gromp? So shows how wasting time is
Yeah.
really bad. Dying red buff, just mechanical ult mistake, and then letting Leona die, understanding my E's down, I'm not gonna fight, which lost you Baron, which also lost you the game. Um, and then some build keeper items having mortal. Those are the main points. Any questions?
Oh, not really. Thank you.
That sounds good.